Okay, so this morning we're on the Osmo Pocket 3, 4K 24 frames a second. Everything else is in auto. Just trying to see how this looks at, well, really early in the morning. It's 4:46 in the morning right now. So pretty dark. This is a dark road that I'm on. Yeah, there's, I have the K&F, I think it's, I have the K&F mist filter on. You might be able to see it in the headlights behind me. See that bloom. Like I said, the EV set to negative 0.7. I tried the night mode, but man, that looked so grainy. Or low light mode, whatever it's called on the Pocket. It looked grainy on this little screen. So I couldn't imagine what it would look like on a bigger screen. I don't know, I think this might, looking at this little screen compared to the Action 5 Pro yesterday, it looks like this is going to do a whole lot better in low light. The ISO is set between, what's it, 3200, I think is max on auto. This is probably at 3200. Man, I just realized I say a lot. None of these videos, or at least in the morning, are scripted. So it's just kind of winging it. That's not it. Yeah, I don't know if the mic's picking that up or not, but I got some kind of rattle up on my dash. And it only happens when I'm driving. Like if I'm parked and the car's running, my car's running, I don't have that rattle. So that's getting pretty annoying. I gotta figure that out pretty soon. I do like this mounting system that I'm using. I got a small rig suction cup, small rig short little magic arm. And then I've got, on top of the magic arm, I've got the swivel mount from the sticky mount, or I got the sticky mount, the swivel head of it from the Action 5 Pro. It's the cage that I'm using on my Pocket 3, which is the Ulanzi cage. It's got those quick release points all around it. So I can just use the same mount for the Pocket 3 and the Action 5. I really like that. It's going to be super convenient depending on which camera I grab, which camera I want to shoot these videos with. And I think it's going to be just wide enough for when I have my daughter or my wife sitting next to me and we can do kind of a back and forth. I don't know, but you tell me what y'all think of it at night, or like I said, super early in the morning. This will probably be the only time that I ever film anything this dark. I do love the look that you get with the mist filter on this camera though. I mean, it looks really, really good. I did bring my NDs for it, so this afternoon we'll try it with manual settings and ND filters on the way home from work this morning, or this afternoon, not this morning. If you don't know what ND filters are for cameras, it's essentially just like sunglasses for your eyes, but it's sunglasses for a camera. It cuts down the amount of light that comes in, allows you to hit the 180 degree rule, which, if you don't know what that is, that's if you're filming at 24 frames a second, it's doubling your frame rate. Your shutter speed is doubling your frame rate. So your 24 frames a second, you'd be at 1/50 shutter speed. Then if you're shooting at 60 frames a second, it'd be 120. If you're 120 frames a second, it'd be 250. Oh, that's all that it is, and it just gives you that nice motion blur that everybody likes. Your eyes naturally see motion blur, so that's all that it is, and it just makes it, I don't know if you can tell how sharp this is, or maybe how blurry it is when I'm waving my hand back and forth. I think my shutter speed is relatively low. due to these settings that I have. And I won't know until I get to work because I can't obviously mess with it while I'm driving. You know, one thing I gotta say about, well, one thing that's nice about going to work this early in the morning is that there's hardly any traffic. With the amount of traffic that there is, there's a lot of people that, one, either really like to speed, or two, are always late to work, or gonna be late to work. You know, I don't know. I leave early enough to get to wherever I'm going to where I don't have to speed. I'm never in a hurry to get anywhere, which is nice. I don't know about you, but I don't want to pay a ticket and then pay higher insurance premiums. I already pay enough for insurance premiums. I don't know. Like I was saying in the in yesterday's video with the Action 5, I like the Pocket 3. I like the video that it produced. The only thing that keeps me from taking it with me everywhere is the fact that you got to be just a little bit more careful with it than the Action 5. I mean, and yes, they are different cameras and they were designed specifically for different things. You do have to be more careful since there's a gimbal on top of this camera. But other than that, that's the only con that I can see to it. Other than that, I absolutely love this camera. I love my Action 5. I love all my cameras. I wouldn't have got them if I didn't want them or didn't like them. Full auto, 10-bit color, D-Log M, and we'll set the ISO range down really low. I think maybe 300, maybe 100 max, and then no ND filter, and see what that looks like. We'll have to adjust the EV probably down to -3 to be able to get a slower, not a super fast shutter speed. Tired. I did not want to get up this morning at all. I also have the little Ulanzi light that I was telling you about in yesterday's video. With that cage, I'm able to attach it to the side of my Pocket 3. But I don't think I'm going to need the light with my Pocket 3. I think it's going to do well enough in this environment to where I don't need that light, which is nice. I mean, that light is that small. It's tiny. And it gets fairly bright for as small as it is. I didn't think it was going to be that bright. I don't know if I'll be able to edit this video tonight. We're supposed to get some weather in. I still got to edit yesterday's video. I didn't do it last night. It's too lazy. But we're supposed to be getting some severe weather in this afternoon and evening. So I'm probably going to be tired because I like to stay up when we have chances of tornadoes so I can, you know, try to get my family to safety if need be. One of the advantages of living in Oklahoma during storm season is dealing with tornadoes. If you don't have tornadoes in your state, or if you don't get tornadoes, count yourself lucky. The good thing is about them is our weather team they're pretty good at tracking them and trying to keep people ahead of the. But it is quite nerve-wracking because, I mean, they're so violent. I haven't ever been through a tornado, but when I was younger and living at home, my parents' house was hit by the May 3rd tornado. So if you don't know what that is, that was one of the biggest and most destructive tornadoes at that time. I think other states have had bigger since then. But yeah, it's a huge loss of property. There were some deaths involved. Just a bad deal. All tornadoes are bad. How quickly they form and how violent they are. For just wind. So again, let me know what you think of how the Pocket 3 looks in this environment. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's not even up yet. There is no other light except for the lights off of my dash and then the street lights. And looking at the screen, I really think it looks pretty daggum good. And I love how small this setup is. It's not much bigger than the case for the mic minis, the charging case for the mic minis. It's so much smaller than my Sony A7C Mark II, because then you have a lens on top of that, and I got the 16-35 power zoom f4 lens, or I have the new Sigma 24-70 2.8 lens, which that thing's just huge. So for these types of videos and vlogging and I think just all general I really think either the Pocket 3 or the Action 5 will be your best bet. None of this is sponsored by DJI. I bought the Pocket 3 with my own money. I bought the Action 5 with my own money. That'd be cool one day to be sponsored by DJI. I also have the Mini 4 Pro. That is just an amazing drone. I love how DJI has made portable setups. I mean, even their bigger drones are really portable now. But between the Mini 4 Pro, the Osmo Action 3, or the Pocket 3, the Action 5 Pro, I mean, it's just a small kit. I got the Peter McKinnon 8-liter sling bag. I can fit all of that equipment. I can have a full rig. I can have my Pocket 3, the filters for it, the Action 5 Pro, the batteries, battery case, filters for it, the Mini 4 Pro, and the remote all in one bag. A very small bag at that, you know, and just so much easier to take that with you than a camera body, a lens or two. Now don't get me wrong, these cameras are not going to replace my Sony camera, but for run and gun stuff, for stuff that, you know, I just need to get the shots or make a short little cinematic family video if we go somewhere. Yeah, I think this camera is going to work great. I think the Pocket 5 is going to work great. I think the Pocket 3 will work better for, you know, those type of cinematic vlogs better, or cinematic video, than the Action 5 would. But just so much easier carrying that stuff than my camera, my drone, because I would still bring these too. Then I'm looking at a bigger backpack instead of just a little sling bag, or not even a sling bag, just throwing the Action 5 Pro in my pocket with one of the mic minis in there. Right now, DJI is just killing it in the camera space, in the camera game. I don't know how they do it. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. It'll probably be, honestly, I don't know how you could beat the Pocket 3. It's such a good little camera. I mean, maybe, and I'm no expert, but maybe put, instead of the USB-C on the bottom, put it on the back or the side. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I love my Pocket 3. I don't know what you could do to improve it. I'm sure there's people out there, camera experts, that could tell you what needs to be improved on it. But for me, for what Jimmy uses it with, or for, it's great. So is the Action 5 Pro. So is the Sony A7C Mark II. I love that camera. I love how small it is. I love how all my equipment is small. My biggest camera is a 1990 model high 8 camcorder, which I love, but that thing is huge. All right, so we're back on the Pocket 3 with the mic mini. I guess I can get that centered up. I didn't want face tracking. Anyway, today is day 1 of the habit tracker. And I have 7-8 goals maybe. I'm tracking daily. One is my Bible, reading the Bible every day. And then second one is 10,000 steps a day. I want to try to go to the gym every day today because I'm still sick. And then limit my caffeine to 3 cups a day, drink a gallon of water a day, read a book, read at least 10 pages or maybe even a chapter a day of a book. And today I forced myself away from my desk, and so far I've walked 9,214 steps for the day, and it's 2:50 in the afternoon. So I got to get 700 and something steps by the time I go to bed today. I think I can do that. And then I got a gratitude page or something that made today memorable. I don't know if I'm going to try to do this as a daily thing, talking to the camera, talking about my Pocket 3 or my Action 5 or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to do that daily. I'm at least going to try to make a video week, because I mean, it's a lot of work to record something, especially working a full-time job, then having to go home, edit it, cook dinner, because my wife gets off late in the evening. Today's verse of the day is Psalms 103:2, and it says, "Praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits." You know, to me that means, have you ever focused on how easy, or have you ever noticed how easy it is to focus on what's going wrong in your life? Whether you don't have enough money, you don't know how you're going to make it to your next payday, you're living payday to Sunday sometimes. I've been there, you know. Heck, I'm still there a lot of the times. How easy we stress about our problems, our to-do list, and everything that's not going our way, or that we think is not going our way. But this verse reminds me to just take a step back and remember everything that God has done for me up until now. And it's been a lot. All the times that he's provided for us, all the times that he got us through a situation where we thought there was no way through that situation. You know, the blessings that you didn't even ask for that you still received. I remember, this makes me remember a time where my wife got fired from a job a month before Christmas. And we were already tight on money. And I didn't know how I was going to provide a Christmas for my family. I didn't know how we were going to have enough money to buy our daughters some Christmas presents, and they were young, or my wife something, or even put food on the table, or make rent. And a lot of that was our own fault, because we didn't plan, we didn't save, so we took responsibility for that. But we leaned into God, and we really leaned on him hard during that season. And it was a short season. She wound up finding a job after Christmas. But during that time, leading up to Christmas, my sister and brother-in-law and my aunt came together and gave us some money for Christmas. And it was quite a bit of money. It was enough to where we could provide a good Christmas for our kids and have a nice Christmas dinner. So that's what this verse reminds me of, just his blessings and how he always provides for us in our time of need, even when we don't deserve it. And trust me, there's a lot of times that I don't deserve his blessings at all, and he still gives them to me. And sometimes he doesn't. It's not always that you're gonna, receive a financial windfall or anything like that. Sometimes his blessings come from not answering or not giving you what you think you need. And That's hard sometimes. And when you start looking at the things that he's done for you, you start to shift from worrying and fear to gratitude and praise. You start focusing on what you do have instead of what you don't have. Instead of worrying, you start trusting in him. Instead of feeling stuck, you remember that God is faithful. He will get you through the storms, and he will give you what you need when you need it. And again, I know not all of the time does he give you what you need or what you think you need. So don't just focus on what's missing. Take a moment to thank God for what's already there, and you'll be amazed at how much everything changes in your life. Once you start putting him first in your life wholeheartedly and leaning into him and trusting him, I think your life will turn around. I know it has for me. He's changed my life so much in a short amount of time. I'm trying to find this one verse. Matthew chapter 6, starting in verse 25. It says, "Therefore I tell you, don't worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is life not more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they are? Can any of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? No, you can't. And why do you worry about clothes? You see the flowers of the field grow. See how the flower of the fields grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon, in all of his splendor, was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So don't worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be given to you as well. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." So, I mean, even here, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be given to you. So seek after God first thing in the morning, with your finances. First day of the week, and go to church, and live that way. Really press into him, and he will provide for you.
Love you.
How was school?
Good.
Just turn in all your missing assignment?
Yep.
You don't sound very confident there, Hot Rod.
I'm tired. I'm trying to get a sticker out of my shoe.
Trying to get a sticker out of your shoe. You better throw it out the window.
I will if I grab it. I'm just going to if I don't go to bed, I want to go earlier than what I have been.
Well, I do too. I would like to be asleep earlier than what I have been.
Yeah. Mine has been like 11:30.
Stay off the phone.
I was off the phone.
Quit talking to your boyfriend.
I wasn't talking to my boyfriend. I wasn't even on my phone.
Oh, so you have a boyfriend.
I don't have one.
Who's your boyfriend?
No one.
You're lying to
No.
me? I caught you, finally.
I don't have
gotcha.
one, but okay.
Yeah, you said you weren't talking to your boyfriend.
Because I don't have one.
Uh-huh. Who is he?
No one.
Spill the beans.
I'm not spilling any beans. I don't have one.
I'm going to find out.
No, because there's nobody.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
Time to get the detective hat on.
Such a dork.
Finally got you.
I don't have one, but okay.
Hey, you're the one that...
I said
gave
I
up
didn't
the
have
ghost.
one there
No,
for a fact.
no.
Yes.
Your exact words were, I was not talking to my boyfriend last night.
Because I don't have one.
That's what I'd say too. You done messed up, kid. I love you.
You're such a dork. You know that.
And you're stuck with me forever.
Yep.
You wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
Nope.
Now he doesn't jump anymore.
Poor baby.
Ever again.
Those don't last very long. Some people have them
It's
as
almost
pets.
time to start mowing. Look, our yard's getting green.